Hello guys, semi-afk here. This time I have a money making video for you. You probably already found out about the new lunar spells that came out a while ago, but I would like to focus on the Sift soil spell. You already know how boring it can be to see the soil, going back to the storage, and you know. Basically, I found out a little method that enables me to get lots and lots of materials without even moving, except restocking on the soil with the soil box. So basically you need the level 91 magic requirement and lunar spells, of course. Basically, if you use the mud staff or mud battle staff, so you don't require any water in the earth runes, you basically need only the Astral runes. So at the moment they are 458 GP each. Yeah. So my method is that you stock on your soil box with 500. So if you go onto the materials, I'm gonna go from one faction to the other. So first I'm gonna go Zeros, then semi-afk, Sardomin, Armadillo, and Bandas. So for the Zerosian, we know that Zerosian soil is 205 GP each at the moment, so the prices can change over time, so just I'm gonna talk about the prices at the moment. While I was making this video, I was checking the prices going up, down, so these are basically the fixed one. I also use the RuneScape wiki, which has all the materials with their prices, which you can see right now. So I did a little bit of math, and with the average material price, I removed the Astral rune and the soil price, for which, let's say you're going to pay for the soil and the runes, we get basically 2627 GP profit per soil, which is really good. Basically, you just need the soil, shit the soil, and you get the material and the price. But yeah, the prices can change over time. Basically, from the Zerosian materials, the high prices are on Ancient Wicks, Terranium Purple, Blood of Orcus, and Zerosian Insignia. If we go to the Morakian materials, Morakian soil is 793 GP each. Again, the materials and the prices. So from the semi-afk, the good materials are Hellfire Metal, Cadmium Red, and Chaotic Brimstone, and Orthenglass. So these four are above 5k GP each. So if you expect money, expect them from these. So the same. We remove the Astral rule and the soil payment, and we get 1827 GP profit per soil, which is already a bit less, but prices can change. Then we go on to the Sardomin. So the soil is a bit more pricey. So if we repeat, the Zerosian was 205 GP, but the Sardomin is already 1k GP each. Also, the materials are a bit different, so we can see that Orthenglass is still over 5k here. Then we have Keramos, Cobalt Blue, Star Sardomin, and Everlight Siltril. So basically you already know that Star Sardomin and Everlight Siltril are needed in large quantities for the artifacts, and most of the people can dig them at the Barrows location. So again, average material price. So if anybody's wondering how did I just summed all the material prices together and divided with the number of materials we have, and then you get the average material price. Again, we remove the Astral rune price and the soil, and we get 2040 GP profit per soil. So we can already estimate that prices mostly depend on the materials that have high price and on the soil. How expensive it is. On to armadillo. So, for the armadillo, it's already 1484 GP each. Of course, it's high level requirement also, so we can expect a bit higher price. So here we again have Orton Glass over 5k, then we have Wings of War, which are over 7k, Stormguard Steel, Armadillion Yellow, and Itherium Oleum, which are all over 6k each. Then Quintessence 3.6k. So prices are already a bit higher, but still in average profit it's even less than Third Domain. First of course is the soil that's expensive and the materials that are actually low value. So I mean, Armadillo can still be a good profit if you're lucky and you get tons of Wings of War, Stormguard Steel, or the Armadillion Yellow. But you can also just farm them at their catches. And the last is Bandosian material. So, Bandosian Solis is only 1k each. Depending on the requirement, that it's the highest requirement, it's a bit surprising, but the materials are a bit less profitable. So we can see the only profitable are Malachite Green, Mark of Kisei, which is only 4k, but the Malachite Green is 6k, Warforged Bronze 5k, and that's it. Then you also have Ubis Clay, which is 3k each. So Bandai doesn't really have that good profit on the materials, even though I would be expecting that most of the people would be farming compass pieces for the ancient caskets and Tony's mattock. So it's a bit surprising that Bandos doesn't really have that good profit. So if we put everything together, I made a few final calculations. So you know that screening the soil can be very slow. Basically, only in the base you have 1.8 seconds per soil, which is really slow. Then we have Master Archaeologist outfit, which speeds up a bit, and Sift soil also speeds up a bit. So basically, let's say you're level 99 Archaeology, and you already got the outfit, but you don't have the magic level for Sift soil, which is 91. So basically you can make 2500 amount of materials per hour. But let's say most of us already have 99 magic, since Archaeology was the last skill released, and we have both, which means we get the fastest way to seed the soil and get the maximum amount of materials, which is 5750 per hour. That's a lot of materials. And I also made a few assumptions based on the previous calculations. So you can see Zaris, Amarok, Sardomin, Armadillo, and Bandits faction. So the first one we have average profits per soil, which is from the previous, as I said. Then I went with base, Master Archaeology, outfit, Sift soil, and both of them in the last one. So we can see the P is basically the average profit, and we multiply that with the number of hourly amount of materials. Simple math. So we can see that if we have the base, the most profitable is Zaros, over 4 mil, Zamorak Sardomin over 3 mil, and Armadillo and Bandos between 2 and 3 mil. So we can assume that Zaros is going to be the most profitable all the way. So if we have Master Archaeologist outfit but not Sift soil, that's the second window, it's 2500. So Zaros is already 6.5 mil, Zamorak 4.5 mil, Sardomin a bit over 5 mil, and Armadillo and Bandos a bit lower. Only with Sift soil it's a bit faster than with Master Archaeologist outfit, even though they have the same boost, but I'm assuming that you don't have to walk from the seat base to the bank and storage, so that's probably why it's a bit faster. we can already see that Xeros has 7.5 mil GP per hour profit. Then we have already Zamorak, Sardomin, Armadillo all over 5 mil. Okay, Armadillo is barely 5 mil. And Bandos under 4 mil profit. Which means Bandos is not really good unless if you're an Iron Man and you want the complex pieces, then that's your option. But if we have both of them, which means 5,750 hourly amount of materials, we can see Xenos gives us 15 mil per hour, Zamorak and Armadillos 10 mil per hour, Sardomin 11 mil per hour, almost 12, and Bandos 7 and a bit over half mil per hour. Basically, Xeros is the most profitable, also because the soil is only 205 GP each, which means it's not very expensive, and the materials are also required because most of people go only two factions, Bandos and Xeros. So Bandos for compass pieces, or Xeros if they want to get to 200 million XP, because we all want the batteries that are lots of XP boost. So yeah, that's my money making guide. I hope it was helpful. Again, I have to warn you, prices can change, just so you know. So maybe some materials can go up, others can go down, we never know. Also, there is going to be a Dragon Kin dig site after the extract probably, and when that gets released, I'll also add this to the money making method. I'll also check again over the prices of the materials, and we'll see which dig site will be victorious for money making at that time. If you have any questions, you can also write it in the comments down below. I also suggest you check my other videos if you wish, not forcing you. And okay, so this is a little example also how I do the Sift soil. Basically, I just take a bunch of Astral runes, Archaeology soil box, and all you have to do is just stand in front of the storage container and that's it. Then you just go back to the bank, you restock on your soil box, also try to have a bunch of them. You can also get the artifacts which you can store. I mostly store bandas for the compass pieces, and then you basically just sift soil and you can wait until your inventory is full. Also, don't forget to have your Grace of Elves turned off, because if you're gonna have it turned on, everything is gonna be sent directly to the storage container, and it's a bit waste of the sign of porters, depending that you have it right in front of your nose. Basically, one spell also gives you 93 magic XP and 21 archaeology XP, which means it's actually less AFK than actual archaeology, but it's still a bit quicker on getting the materials, so yeah. Also, another advice, if you have the premier artifact, you can use it to have 50% more chance of activating and sending it in your storage, which means it's gonna be more AFK, because your inventory is gonna fill up less fast than it would be without it. So yeah, this is just what you can do over hour, and hope you get the expensive materials. Bye!